Hey, crypto family. Today we're going to go over some indicator confirmations I received last night and some Bitcoin analysis for November 3rd, 2019. So first I want to talk about this volume indicator I talked about yesterday in my video. I mentioned that if the volume is higher than the previous volume candle, then that is an indication of the possible reverse trend for whatever color volume that is. So I want to go ahead and reiterate what I meant by that. So previously, we had this red candle here on November 1st, and it had a volume of 7.77 thousand Bitcoin. So I mentioned that if this green candle closes above it, because you had a week of declining volume, okay? The volume candle has been lower than the previous day's candle. This is for the daily chart. Now, this candle did not close above this previous day's candle. So this green candle here closed at 4.55 thousand Bitcoin, and it was lower than the 7.77. So today we actually have some high sell volume that's already at 2.89 thousand Bitcoin for the daily volume on the Coinbase chart. And you can see that Bitcoin has been declining. So if this red candle closes above the previous candle of yesterday, 4.55 thousand, then that is a strong indication that we'll see some bearish momentum. Now, we've already seen it, and I'm going to go over exactly why we've been declining this past day with these indicators that I was looking at last night as well. But first, on this daily chart here, I mentioned, so we do have a red dot on the market Cipher B, which does indicate possible sell side pressure incoming. And this Wolfpack ID here is about to cross under the white line. So again, if it continues this downtrend, then that is very bearish for the momentum as well. Now, we do still have a buy indicator on the Whales buy sell indicator. So we could possibly have a sell indication flashing soon. But again, we still have a buy, so that is good for the bulls. Now, going over to our next chart. So on this chart here, I mentioned this is the blue line is the 50-day moving average, the orange line is the 128-day, and then the purple line is the 200-day. Now, I mentioned yesterday that at this purple line, it already crossed over the 50-day moving average. I mentioned if it crosses over the 128-day moving average, that is bearish, but because that's saying the short-term momentum is not as strong as the long-term momentum. So again, bearish price action in the short term. It crossed over, and look what happened. It went to the upside for a couple of hours, and then it went immediately to the downside. So you can see on this hourly chart, that's exactly what happened. And that was another indication, almost a prediction of the price action to come. So then let's go over again on these other moving averages I have. So here you can see on the left, you can see the blue line is the 7-day, the orange line is the 77-day, and then the purple line is the 231-day moving average. Now, these are good moving averages to use as well. They tend to be pretty accurate. And I mentioned that this blue line, the 7-day, was starting to flatten out and curve under the 128-day. So if you look at the prices here in the top left, you can see the blue line is at 92.79, and then the 77-day is at 92.58. So if this daily moving average, the 7-day, falls under the 77-day of 92.58, then expect a lot more bearish action. So again, that's something we're looking out for as well. And also, if you look at the 4-hour chart, I mentioned I had this triangle drawn. Now, again, it's not really a triangle per se because of the lack of touch points. I mean, you don't really have it touching up here and then, down, up. But from what I drew, you can see it still is respecting that level. So Bitcoin actually went to a high of 93.80 yesterday, but then it could not pass above that and continue to the downside. So actually, this drawing is pretty accurate. Basically, it's for resistance and support levels. Now, right now, the biggest support levels I'm looking at is at 89.30. So looking at that, possibly 8,800, which does coincide with this 77-day moving average. So that's something I'm looking out for as well, possible buying opportunity there. But again, this 89.30 level needs to hold if we want to still maintain this bullish stance. So again, something to keep in mind there. Next, we're going to look at the hourly. So the hourly, I mentioned, did flash a sell signal back here, and since then it has not flashed a buy until recently. Now, we also had a red X for market Cipher, which did predict bearish price action, and we had a dump soon after. But again, this buy signal could be bullish, so indicating possibly having a bounce here. And 91.56, so just a little bit of a bounce going on. So again, could have some positive action here. We did flash a small green dot, which may or may not be as accurate because we're in a bearish trend. And the Wolfpack indicator, it was starting to cross to the upside, but now it's curved to the downside. So again, if we can get this to cross over the white line, that is very bullish. Next, looking at the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour, although it did flash a buy signal yesterday, it has now flashed a sell signal. So from that sell signal, you can see it declining has continued. Now, it did flash a red dot as well about 12 hours ago, and that has continued to fall. And then the Wolfpack ID did cross under the white line, and it's flattening out right now. It does indicate possible reversal incoming. Now, for the technical analysis for TradingView, we can see on the daily chart, we do have a buy for the oscillators, a buy for the summary, and a strong buy for the moving averages. But on the shorter time frames now, we have neutral, sell, sell, hourly, sell, sell, strong sell, 15-minute, sell, sell, strong sell, and then 5-minute, neutral, sell, and sell. So again, the daily is the only one right now that is flashing positive buy indicator. So again, short term price movement isn't looking too bullish, but as I mentioned on these different indicators, we could possibly reverse. But again, the thing I'm looking at is this volume candle here. So if this candle closes red on the daily today on the Coinbase chart, and it is higher than the previous day's volume of 4.56 thousand Bitcoin traded, then expect, maybe not today, but expect the next couple days, more bearish momentum. So just something to keep in mind and something to watch out for. Again, possible levels we're looking out for here. Real quick, going over on this just somewhat triangle pattern I drew. Possibly, looking if we cross above 92.50-ish, that'll be pretty bullish. Or if we cross under that 89.30 level, that'll be pretty bearish. But again, around that 89.30 to 9100, that 9100 has been some pretty big support. So if we break that, and we do break 9,000, then expect some more downside. But again, possibly have your buys around 8,800. Not financial advice, just my opinion, but trying to catch, both sides of the trading action. I do have a link to Bybit in the description and in the comments. Basically, it's margin trading. I'll make a video on that very soon, similar to Bitmex. So if you have any questions on that, I will be answering those very soon. So with that, if y'all enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment, and please subscribe if you haven't. Really appreciate all my viewers, all my subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time.